Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for Edward. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your kindness, generosity. Apologize for the lateness of the video. I'm trying to get these out as soon as I can, but thank you for your patience. And again, thank you for being so cool. I appreciate it, Edward. He sent in a request for 2 more episodes of Static Shock, Season 2, Episodes 5 and 6. Now, like I said, I will say throughout this time I'm warming up a bit to Static Shock compared to other cartoons. But a lot of times it's funny. I'll get 2 episodes and then I'm like, one I thought was pretty good and one was like, eh. It's weird how it's worked out that way. Same with this. Like episode 5, I quite liked. And then episode 6, I'm like, eh. But yeah, thank you. And for those interested requesting any type of videos, PayPal is usually the best bet. Do have a Patreon and CashApp. Links are down below in the info box. I'll get to it as soon as I can. And it could be for pretty much any type of video, topic, reaction, commentary, review, re-review, whatever the case. And thank you for those who send them. I appreciate it. But yeah, Static Shock, episodes 5 and 6 of Season 2. Let's say episode 5 I didn't mind. And it's appropriate because it's a holiday episode and that's coming up fairly soon. There's not just Christmas, but someone has a Hanukkah party, among others. So while Virgil's going from place to place, there's some trouble brewing up. I didn't know he had this power, but apparently he could also make his hand into a radio that only he hears. I'm like, I guess with the radio signals, like, really? He could do that too? He can make his hand to a damn radio? I'm like, okay. I don't remember him doing that before. Maybe he did, but I'm like, okay. Sometimes these powers feel like they did pull it out of their ass, but it is what it is. But there's a place that has this ice dome on it. He destroys it. There's someone throwing these big giant icicles towards him, ready to impale him. He's dodging out of the way. He helps some people. Whoever did it escaped or seems to have escaped. But instead, he sees someone, but just kind of passes through them because they're just a homeless person. And that's kind of the theme is it's about this homeless girl who has mental issues. Just going back to a tragic backstory. I thought the way the focus on the villain, or not really a villain, but just what's going on with her backstory. I think the line that got me was, when you're homeless, people look through you. Which is true. You know, we still deal with homelessness in America. There's still a vibrant thing, sadly, that, you know, all these people that want to talk about how we could do this, this, and this. Why don't you help the homeless? And still a common problem in America. And it's true, a lot of times you see someone homeless, it's because you feel bad, you feel like you can't do anything to help them, you feel awkward, you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do. So a lot of times we do look through them when they could be in dire need of help, like this lady here. Where you find out her backstory where her mom died, her dad or maybe stepdad kind of didn't give a crap about her, she was neglected, child services came, she was freaked out. This is just right after her mom died, and she's been on the streets ever since with this fractured mentality. But now she also happens to have freeze powers. You know, freeze stuff, throw icicles, you know, stuff of that nature. Now there's some matches sprinkled throughout. You get a little bit in a mall fight where let's say he's ready to be squished and he heats himself up so he goes right through the big icicle thing, so he's going right down the middle while the girl escapes. But then they take a different approach to stopping the villain. It wasn't just a battle, it was talking things out. I thought with this type of character and what type of backstory they set up, it worked for this episode. Granted, I wouldn't want every episode to be that type of case, but I thought it worked fairly well here because thought the voice acting on the homeless girl, as well as there's a reverend voiced by Michael Dorn, which is cool, who is Worf in Star Trek: The Next Generation. And I thought for how little time they had, which is 20-some minutes, she mentions how people look through her, and Virgil Status Shock wants to help her get off the streets. And he even admits that he was guilty of that too, looking through you, like he did earlier, where, it's just a homeless girl, where's the villain at, that type of thing. When it's like, hey, this girl needs help too. And so by the end, with the Christmas season, they get a bit of food in their belly and a bit of a program that gets started. So it had a bit more of an emotional angle, a little bit more of a topic. Wasn't too in your face, wasn't too... What's the word I'm thinking of? God, don't you hate that when there's a word you think of but you can't spit it out? It wasn't too much. It wasn't a lecture. It wasn't too much of a lecture. But I thought it was a nice bit of business to have in there. Took things a little bit more seriously, so I appreciated that episode. Didn't mind that. Episode 6, then, it's like, okay, there's these sunspots happening. Something's going on with the sun, so these sunspots are happening, and because this cycle's going on, Virgil's powers are getting weirder, where now they seem overpowered. He'll touch, they'll touch a door, it flies everywhere, tries to pick up a car, but as someone says, you almost threw me into orbit. And he's trying to calm it down. He's in a junkyard, he does something, all the cars fly off, and he's like, he doesn't know what to do. He does like a little maneuver to his buddy, and it shocks him back. It's mostly done for comedic sake. There's really no emotional drama towards it. It's mostly, I'm sleeping and all these things gravitate towards me like a magnet. And then when I wake up, the sister comes in and goes, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just trying to rearrange the room. Or he's in class and it happens again, so all the kids run out. I'm not going back in there until you get an exorcist. One of the kids say, something like that. So it's definitely played off a bit more for comedic. And he's even fine with losing his power. There's a point he loses his powers. Now, granted, that's kind of refreshing in a weird way. Just, it'd be more typical to be like, oh no, my powers, no! But the fact like, hey, I get to be a normal kid and, I deal with my studies and stuff. Maybe if you have a bit more deeper thought of that direction, where, am I okay? It's weird that I'm okay, because it was cool to do certain things. Wait, maybe I am okay. But then Hot Streak, the bully from the very first episode, he, I guess, got paroled. And he's just a bit of a bully, getting people's money and stuff. He's doing some criminal activities. He doesn't have his powers. He makes this dumb plan where he's going to bluff his way where, hey, I'm even more powerful. And he's trying to get his buddy to throw like these, not firecrackers, but something else. Sparklers. But of course he runs out. And like, you're gonna scare this guy? You're gonna bluff him out? Like, okay, dude, you're right. I see how powerful you are. I give up. Does he seem like... Okay, I've seen this character, Hot Streak, in a number of episodes. He never seemed like the guy to be like, oh my god, dude, you're right. You're so powerful. I give up. So why would Virgil Static go with that direction? Why would he go with that frame of mind? It's such a dumb, stupid plan. Then, he runs away from the guy. They get to this place here. He's able to get a bit of power and screws up this water tower. It falls. Douses Hot Streak, his firepower stuff for a bit. And he gets defeated. And then now that the sunspots are gone, his powers are fine and everything's fine. So yeah, it's one of those things that it could have delved a bit more into a story of, would it be so bad if I didn't have powers, and kind of contemplating like, he does feel good about this. Is it right for him to feel good about this? Because he's helping people, but at the same time he gets his life back, where he's not always late for everything. He's able to do his homework like he should, and doesn't have to hide from his dad and his sister. And I thought there's a lot of food for thought that maybe could have been put in there, and it didn't. It was just okay for some meh comedic moments. Although, I will admit, I did laugh at the bit where the guy said, "You almost threw me in orbit." Actually, can you take me over here? I mean, yeah, that was bad, but traffic is worse in this town. I kind of laughed at that. May seem a bit goofy of a line, but I didn't mind the way the guy said it, so. But yeah, other than that, it's like, yeah. I just thought there's a lot more that could have been done that was left on the table. So it just felt like a filler episode, if that makes sense. Like, the previous episode had a little bit more food for thought. Also, it's not like the action scenes weren't really that great. I mean, other than him getting... At one point, he, like, overcharges and he flies randomly. He flew so far away, he had to take a plane back. So that was kind of funny, I'll say, but I thought it was definitely one of the lesser episodes of Season 2. It's just kind of meh. It was what it was. I could take it or leave it. But I was fine with the bit with the homeless motif. Put a little bit of thought into that. I did appreciate that a bit more. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.